All right, student leaders, let's talk check-in counter. Check-in counter is so important because it's the first place that new students come, and we want it to be the best experience possible for them. So let me show you some do nots, things not to do at the check-in counter, and then we'll talk about how it's supposed to look, the to-dos for the counter. Okay, this first bad example is called the leaner. Take a look at this guy. Leaning on the counter, slouching, looking like a schlub. This is not what we want for our first impression. This second bad example is called missing in action. Notice that there is nobody there. This is not the impression that we want when a student comes in for the first time. This bad example is called clutterbug. Look at all the junk on the counter. Water bottles, clothes, tape. This is not the first impression we want at the check-in counter. This next bad example is called look at my back. Look at this guy talking to everybody behind him, pointing, hanging out, chatting it up. But if a new student comes up, what's going to happen? They're not noticed. They're not seen. This is not the first impression we want at the check-in counter. There's two main things that you're doing when you're at check-in. Number one, you're checking students in. We want to know what students are coming and going. This is so important to us that we capture every student that walks in the door. But secondly, you are there to collect information from new students, and you're the first point of contact when a student comes in and it's their first time. So this experience, this moment, this connection point is so critical. Now you'll see in the picture below, this is the card that we have every new student fill out, and this is so important that you have them fill this out thoroughly because we follow up with each of these students. We have their life group leader text them. We send them a gift in the mail. This is so important to us. So make sure that you have the student fill out this card thoroughly, and then from there, they will be escorted to the VIP lounge. So when you're scheduled for the check-in counter, this is how it's supposed to go. Take a look at this good example of what you should look like. Look at this great example. Standing tall, smiling, waving. This is the first impression that we want at the check-in table.